Fine. It's been an interesting couple weeks, but feeling good with the ultimate decision that we've made collectively. And, it's weird being done this early in the season. Been on IR a couple different times, but never this early. So that's a bummer, all those things. But life's a lot bigger than this. Any minute or day, I'm about to have my fourth little girl, and surgery's on deck. So all the things that are so much bigger than this are really occupying my mind and time. But it is a bummer. Obviously, it's a bummer, the loss, all the things. But, I'm doing all right.
What was the process in the game, whether you're trying to decide whether you can or should go back out there?
You talking the game the other night or just in general?
Go however many games you
Yeah. I mean, sounds like it's been reported kind of the situation and how it happened against the Browns and all the things, but the whole time I felt I can still help this team. At the end of the day, I knew what I was signing up for. It wasn't like anyone was forcing me to go. I mean, this is my 10th year in the league. There's a lot bigger things in my life to worry about, so I wasn't going to do anything that would be detrimental to my own health. So I knew what I was getting into, and knew there was a chance I'd be playing with some pain and discomfort the other nights, and I'd be lying if I thought it'd be a little less than what it was. But at the end of the day, it's pain, and I felt like, okay, the hit happened, and then I could go on and I could still help the team. And so it was never something, and I'll be lying too. I mean, as a competitor, like, you never want to take yourself out. Like, no matter what you're going through, it's hard to remove yourself from the game. And, I'm maybe too optimistic, like thinking we can still mount a comeback here, all the things. That NFL's crazy. Teams can score fast. We have some dudes on this offense, and so scoring in a hurry is a real expectation and an opportunity. So I never once was like, yeah, I need to be done. It's like, yeah, that hurt, but I'm optimistic I'm going to get up and not get hit the next play, and we're going to, go score and all the things. So that didn't really cross my mind, and that's just kind of the way it was.
Did they find out the full extent of the injury right after the Browns game?
Yep. And so, after the Browns game, we knew surgery was in the future, which was obviously a bummer in and of itself. It's never fun. I've had more than I'd care to have over my career, but it was one of those things, let's see how long we can ride with this thing. It was never anyone forcing me. It was never any of that. We just knew, let's see kind of how it can hold up. And obviously, the Eagles game, it was definitely bothering me a little bit, but it was bearable. It was doable. The short week made it way harder. I'm not going to lie, and I think that game just obviously was kind of icing on the cake for me to know, like, I think the frustration that you might have saw on the sideline was me knowing, like, yeah, I'm probably not playing again this year. So there's a lot of emotions there mixed with the pain and all the things. So we knew what was coming. We just didn't know when.
I guess
ultimately.
The Chargers, were they asking you if you wanted to come out?
We were talking the whole time.
Yeah.
The trainers, coach, everyone was just like, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. At the end of the day, it was painful, but I didn't want to remove myself from that. It's also one of those things, I've mentioned it already. I've was a backup for the last couple of years, So just being back in the role of starting meaningful football games it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. It's what I grew up dreaming of doing and all the things. And when you lose it for a little bit, it's hard to want to give it up. So even with pain and all the things that I knew kind of were going to come with it, it was, I want to play. I want to be out there and I want to be helping this team however I can. And
And just to be clear about it, is there any part of you that thinks that you should have been taken out just to kind of relieve you of the level of pain you were in?
Truthfully, no. I appreciate that everyone was checking on me and all this stuff. At the end of the day, coaches, trainers, no one really knows the level of pain or difficulty that I may be feeling, and I know TV copies can show stuff that people on the sidelines don't see. But I never once felt unsafe. I never felt like I've said it a bunch. It's just pain. It's pain. It's discomfort. I knew surgery was coming. I knew it needed to be fixed. So it was like, I don't want to come out of this game as uncomfortable as this is, just because of all the reasons I just mentioned.
Was trying to keep the job, as you stayed in long term, your goal as well? Like, were you aware that when JJ comes back, it's his job, or at that point, or are you thinking, if I can keep playing, I can keep starting?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I was just taking it week by week. It's one of those things, week by week, trying to help this team, trying to win ball games. At the end of the day, and those things all factor themselves out. And so, I was trying to help the team as long as I could.
Carson, you mentioned the short week is tough to recover from, but other than the recovery from the pain, was there anything that got worse with this through the course of 2.5 games playing with it?
I don't think so. No, at the end of the day, that's, there's the trainers and here, there's people I've consulted with my agent outside, like everybody I've talked to, like this thing's going to get fixed. Like I'm going to be okay. I'm not done. Like it's all those things. It's just the bummer for this season. And so playing with it, did it become more uncomfortable? Probably. I mean, that was pretty evident to me. But did it become worse that it can't be fixed? No, by no means. I wouldn't have been out there if that was the case. Truthfully, that was the number one question I had for everybody is like, can this get worse? What's the concern? And it was kind of a resounding like, it's just going to be uncomfortable and up to you. And so that's why I said, well, in that case, let's roll and see how long we can go.
What was the preparation? I mean, we can see you have this huge wrap.
Yeah.
So what is that they had done to prep you for that game?
Yeah, it's just to help support it. I'm not the first person in the history of NFL to wear those things.
Right.
You probably don't see a lot of quarterbacks doing it, but at the end of the day, it's just to help keep it stable and minimize the risk involved. But at the end of the day, hits still happen, and you can only protect it so much. But I'm thankful for it. I mean, I'm thankful the training staff did an amazing job helping me get to the point where I could feel as good as I could have in those couple weeks post the Browns game. And I think they did a tremendous job of just communicating with me of, how you feeling, what can we do to help you feel comfortable out there, all the things. And so thought they did an amazing job. And again, this isn't my first rodeo. I'm not an idiot. I know what I was signing up for going out there. Nobody was forcing me, pressuring me, any of those things. Anybody in this building, everybody's handled this tremendously. The communication's been phenomenal from coaches, trainers, all the things. And so knew what we were doing all along. And, yeah.
Carson, what's the recovery timetable for the surgery? And I'm guessing you haven't thought past that.
Yeah.
What's in store for next year for you?
Yeah, I don't know what's in store. I don't know what's in store tomorrow. I don't know. My wife might call me any second and have this baby. So it's one of those things. Long term, I'm trying not to think about all of those things. I believe it's maybe a 4-month, give or take, recovery, hoping we can be faster. But at the end of the day, come OTAs, I'll be healthy, ready to roll. And again, it's my non-throwing shoulder. Like it's long term, not that concerning. Just a bummer right now.
Carson, did you know getting on the plane after that game that night, like that was it? And then what was the process talking to Kevin when you obviously knew?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was kind of just a matter of time after the Browns game, to be honest. It was like, who knows type of thing. Like I said, we were going to see how long we could roll with it. But yes, I had a feeling, in the third or fourth quarter, like this is probably going to be it, just with how uncomfortable it was. And so, yeah, it wasn't like the decision wasn't made that night, but I had a pretty good feeling, and the communication was pretty clear. I mean, I think everybody understood, and everybody was in total agreement. Like the week before was a lot better, and we made it mostly unscathed with just some minor things, and came out of this one clearly like, yeah, this is tough, and everybody was in agreement and understanding. And like I've said this whole time, the communication from coach, training staff, team docs, even the outside sources with my agent has been terrific. And I don't know, maybe the public backlash and different things that I'm being told are out there, I think is personally kind of crazy. Nobody's in this building. Nobody's in these conversations. Nobody knows what's truly going on and transpiring behind these walls. And I can just honestly say this place has been super supportive and super helpful this whole time, and I'm grateful for that.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.